If Eminem walked into an elevator, has Taylor showed you rings? Even in college, I had people just basically calling me a loser. This one's gonna cause a lot of debate in the comment section, but does Taylor pay rent? Oh, dude! Hey, dude! Hey, guys! Welcome to a new video. We're gonna do a little relaxing Q&A, not the traditional vlog. We haven't done one of these in about 2 months, so, let's catch up like mustard and just hang out. And yeah, there's a lot going on and I wasn't able to vlog, and it was either don't put out a video or put out a Q&A. So go grab yourself a bag of sour strips, go grab yourself a margarita, and let's begin. All right, so I asked these questions on my Instagram, which is just @MaxTuning. If you're not following me on there and every other social platform, Twitter, TikTok, what are you doing? Come on, I'm a lot of fun on all of them. Here we go. Owning your business can be a headache, but what are some of the best perks about owning them? Well, obviously the financial freedom potential is the first one, right? You can essentially make indefinite money depending on how successful your business is or how profitable your business is, because generally people want to own their own business for a couple reasons. You either are just like destined to be an entrepreneur and you can't even think about, reporting to anyone, and, you're so creative and you had this like desire to just build something, right? That's kind of the entrepreneurial mindset people have. Or you're just like, I want to make more money, because unless you're in sales where you're making commission, or you become like really only that, like your money is essentially capped. At any business, there's only so much a company can pay you before they're like, hey, we can't just indefinitely give you a raise, right? There can be bonuses and things like that, but unless you get to like a C-level or a partner in a company, there's always a cap of what the role can pay. But when you own your own business, you can essentially make as much money as you put in the work, or as people like your services or product or whatever it is. So the financial freedom is definitely there. I think the ability to travel and do anything I want is obviously a huge perk. I don't really ever want to go do anything. I'd much rather just stay here with dude. But to be honest, when you start a business, you think that it's just gonna be like, I'm gonna go work on the beach from my laptop and drink a freaking Mai Tai and then just go in the waves whenever I want, and oh my God, this is freedom. That works when your new business is like smaller, but as you scale, you're gonna need people. Then you're gonna need departments, then you're gonna need warehouses, or then, unless you're only there's a lot of ifs, but once your business starts growing, you really lose that freedom that you desire to set out to start, because you need to have structure. You need to talk to your employees during work hours. You're gonna work with clients that are gonna be on normal work schedules. So you still have the ability to kind of work wherever you want, but you start going back to like the corporate structured life that you try to get away from, but it's under your own terms. And I guess that's the biggest benefit. But I love it and I wouldn't have it any other way. What do you think is causing your decline in views on YouTube? OGs moving on or something else? I don't know. I essentially the problem is YouTube has evolved, right? And I keep being really ignorant and thinking that I'm just like the coolest thing under the sun, and I'm like the funniest guy ever, and I make really cool, sick YouTube videos and everyone should watch, when in reality, I'm not as cool as I probably think I am. I can only increase my quality so much, and because I don't play by YouTube's rules of doing these, like, I don't make content for people to find my channel. I make content for you guys who already watch my channel, who maybe been following for a long time. And, people grow up and people grow tired of watching someone. I try to film my life in the most entertaining way possible. And really the content that I deliver to you guys is like the best that I can do, unless I quit doing everything else and only focus on social media. Then I can do these challenge videos and, all this crazy content stuff, but that's not really my desire. It's not really what I want to do, because my focuses have shifted to business. So I don't know. I guess, people move on, and you just got to accept that. And for the people that are still kicking it with us, who have been here since like day one, I appreciate you. We still got a lot more videos to produce. And yeah, I'm doing my best over here. So hopefully you guys are enjoying everything. Do you regret putting a bunch of money into that house? If you don't know, I bought this house for $500,000 and I put right under $500,000 into it to renovate it. I did not plan to do that. My original budget was $150,000. And once you start a renovation, you'll understand that nothing goes right. You start upgrading one thing, which makes the other thing look crappy. And you're like, okay, let's go ahead and upgrade that. And then you tear down a wall and you realize this needs to be changed. And there was just so many additional costs that I did not realize. But there are a lot of things that I dislike about this house, but there are a lot of things that I love about this house. Do I wish I didn't spend as much money? And if I had known I was gonna spend like $1 million collectively, I would have just built a home, but I didn't know that until I got into it. But now I've learned a lot and I love this home. And for this being my first home, I think I'm humbled and blown away at the fortunate position that I'm in to be able to have such a beautiful, amazing, I don't wanna use a starter home, but like first home. And I'm thankful every single day when I look out in this like lake, and it's crazy that it started from just picking up this camera. And yeah, so no, I learned a lot. I love my home. From your POV, hardest part of entrepreneur day to day, I guess just continuing to steer the ship of motivation for a team. You know, when I started and I just hired Mona, like I just always needed people to help me do some tasks that I could no longer do everything myself. And that's much different than building a team and like having to like be on top of people and make sure that everyone is like motivated and incentivized and happy, and like dealing with I guess dealing with employees is the hardest part, but not in a bad way. It's just a learning experience. Being a leader and being a boss and, you know, motivating your team and inspiring your team is a very big learning curve that I was not planning on, you know, getting into. I just thought I was gonna make my YouTube videos, maybe have someone help me pack ever forward orders, and now, you know, we're employing a whole lot of people and we have like a whole big ass company, and I wouldn't trade it for anything, but definitely the biggest struggle is just learning how to be the best leader and boss that I can be on a daily basis. When will the flannels launch? This sick flannel, along with these slub tees, which were they sold out like last year. I originally planned to have the Everforward launch on October 30th, but we're pushing it back 1 week. So we're gonna have a ton of stuff like performance tees, jogger restocks, new socks, some athletic shorts, and these flannels, and a ton of slub. We have our first Everforward launch back November 6th, so mark your calendars. And then we have the duffel bags and backpacks launching like 1 month later in December, which I'm so excited about. But Everforward is returning. I've had a lot of calls with my design team that's in Canada that I outsource to plan out all of 2023. So I know it's been a struggle and an uphill battle ever since Sour Chips came along, but Everforward, we're coming back, baby. Can you teach us why we shouldn't squat in running shoes? This is a really good question. You'll notice that I squat in my Converses or I take my shoes off because you want a flat foot when you're squatting, right? Because when you're not using shoes, you're using a flat bottom shoe with no cushion. Imagine like squatting on concrete, what that would be like. And if you use a shoe that has a lot of support or a lot of cushion, your foot's gonna be like sliding around. It would be like if you're squatting on like a bed or something. Oh, dude! Come here. Come here, it's okay. Come on. Come on. You love cashback credit cards so much, how else can people earn cash back? That's actually super convenient that someone asked this, because today's video is actually sponsored by our friends at Upside, where you can earn amazing cash back on your everyday purchases. Upside is an incredible app for anyone who buys gas, groceries, or dines out, which, let's be honest, is most of us. And Upside offsets inflated prices by giving you cash back on your purchases. You guys know that I'm a huge fan of cashback reward programs with credit cards, but with Upside, you can actually earn 3 times more cash back on your normal everyday purchases, which is actually insane. This app also isn't like too good to be true. I've tested it and it works. It's super simple to set up and to use. You just download the free app, you make an account, you search around your area for an offer, you find one you like, you go there, you check in, and then you just make your purchase like you normally would with your credit card, and boom, you're making money. Personally, my favorite place to use the Upside app would be at the gas pump. I mean, we already have to buy gas, right? That's gonna happen, so why would you not wanna make cash back? And with all of the money that I'm making back on my everyday purchases, I can use it to buy Dude some more toys. With Upside, you can cash out at any time directly to your bank, your PayPal account, or you can get an e-gift card for Amazon or a ton of other amazing brands. So if you guys are interested in checking them out, you can download the free Upside app at upside.app.link/maxtuning to get $5 or more cash back on your first purchase of $10 or more. Again, you can download the free Upside app at upside.app.link/maxtuning to get $5 or more cash back on your first purchase of $10 or more. And we're back. This one's gonna cause a lot of debate in the comment section, but does Taylor pay rent? No, she does not pay rent. She does not pay anything towards the mortgage. She does not pay any of the utility bills. And I also don't need her to, or don't really want her to. It didn't even cross my mind when she moved in. I was just like, hey, I want you to live in my house. Come live in my house. You know, my bills are gonna be the same cost whether she's here or not. So it's kind of irrelevant to me that if someone moves in, I want them to split my mortgage, right? I guess I'm kind of old school, and I look at me. I'm in a financial position that I'm fortunate enough to be in, where I can provide for myself and my, Taylor's part of my family now, and I want to provide, and I don't want the financial burden of bills on anyone, because it's not a burden for me, and I'm saying that in a very thankful way that I worked very hard to be able to get there, but I don't want the financial burden to be on anyone else, and I don't need the money from that little thing. I'm like, Taylor contributes in so many other ways, whether it be buying supplies for the house, buying groceries for the house, buying tons of decor for the house. We go out to dinner all the time, she buys, and it's very appreciated, but I never ask her to. I think that relationships, the value that I'm looking for in a partner is not to get some money from them for half the bills. It's to that emotional support, that stress reliever, that love and that affection and femininity, and everything that Taylor brings is worth way more to me than a freaking electricity bill. I know not everyone's in the same position, and if you're starting out and maybe you need, start getting an apartment with your girlfriend, yeah, maybe it makes sense, but I'm at a point in my life where it never has crossed my mind. Not once has crossed my mind of, you should pay half of my mortgage. No. Just, I don't know. That's just my thoughts on it. What are you guys' thoughts? Thoughts on tipping. This is also gonna get tricky. I don't like the concept of tipping, because I feel like it means people aren't paid enough. If you go to a lot of these other countries I've gone to, there's no tipping. Like, you get your bill, you pay it because they're paid an appropriate wage. The problem is we designed, at least, I've never worked in the food service industry, so I've never worked for like the $2 an hour and then rely on tips. I understand tips are how you make money. I think the system is broken, if that makes sense, because I think everything should just be the price that it should be, and a lot of it, people should be paid fair enough that they don't need the tips, right? I don't think we're ever going to get to a point where that's not a thing, but some of it just doesn't make sense. If I order a round of shots at a bar, and let's say it's $100, I'm a 20% tipper, so I'm going to tip $20 on a round of shots that was $100. But if that same person brings me a round of the same amount of shots, and it's a higher dollar, it's a Classe Azul, and the shots are, $200, do I tip $40? Do I need to tip more because the cost is more, even though the task is the same? Like, that doesn't make any sense. If it's like, if you pour me a shot and it's $10, you pour me a shot and it's $100, do I tip differently depending on how much it cost, even though the work is the same? It just doesn't make no sense. So do I tip? Yes, I tip 20% on everything. I think tipping is great for, you've gone above and beyond the service that was required, and your people are underpaid, so I think that's where you need to tip. But if you do a great job, yes, tip. But I think everyone should just be paid in a way where tipping is, I don't know, I feel like it doesn't make sense. I understand it. I feel like it doesn't make sense. I always tip, even if it's bad service, 20%. How is your sister doing? We don't ever really hear about her. If you didn't know, I have a sister. I also have a brother. It's funny you asked that, because you guys are going to start seeing her a lot. I know in the past 10 years of making YouTube videos, you've seen her maybe 2 times, but there's some big life changes that are happening very, very soon where you're going to see her a lot. And I'm very, very excited, and I'm excited to hang out with my nephew. And yeah, it's kind of there's a whole lot going on in the background right now, but you're going to hear about her very, very soon. Would 18-year-old Max be proud of who you are today? You know, guys, I want to show you something that I meant to make a video on, but I never did. But the answer is yes. I'm so proud of everything that I've accomplished because I didn't think I was going to be much in life. In high school, I was always the kid that was getting in trouble, and I wanted to be the funny guy, but I got such bad grades that, like, here, I'm gonna pull up something. I ordered my high school transcript like 2 weeks ago, and I'm gonna show it to you. I'm gonna put it on the screen right here. My GPA in high school, I graduated with a 2.65 GPA. And out of 298 kids, I was 229th in my class. I was a C student. I was average. I applied to one college I didn't get into. I had people making fun of me for not getting into college. I had people making fun of me for going to community college. I had people telling me that I was annoying, and like I kept working at this like pharmacy, soda fountain job for a long time, even in college. And I had people just basically calling me a loser. Like I really did. Like in high school and even early in college, and I felt like a loser. I felt like I was gonna be a loser because I wasn't getting into college and I wasn't getting the grades that everyone else was, and I was trying, but I felt like I wasn't smart enough. And I was like, man, I was gonna accept my life to be average, and I was gonna accept my life to be, where I should be in this world, and it's nothing exceptional. And then life took this weird turn, and I found YouTube, and it changed my life. And it's just wild to think that a kid that was basically dumb in high school, couldn't get past like a C average, is where I'm at today. And I think all of the people that were making fun of me can suck it, but yeah, I did not think I was gonna do well in life. And I think I've amazed myself. I think I've amazed my family. I think I've amazed my old teachers if they saw me. Shit's wild out here. If Eminem walked into an elevator you were on, what would you say? Like if I was going up in a building, I'd probably try to rap. I'd be like, hey Slim, you getting off on this floor? No? Is it the next one? Or maybe a couple more? Hey man, I'd really like you to be on my podcast. Oh, no? Okay, well then you can just kiss my white naked ass. And if it's not a YouTuber that I make it as, I'm gonna be a freaking Candyman with a Wonka mask. That was good. I'm a freestyler, dude. All right, final question, because this is getting pretty long. Has Taylor showed you rings? I'm assuming you're talking about an engagement ring, and yes, let me tell you what Taylor's perfect ring would be. Actually, I think it's not like would be. I think when girls have this ring in their head, that's what it better be. Taylor wants I thought it was 6 carat, but she says 3.5 carat emerald cut diamond on a gold band. And I thought all girls wanted all the diamonds. She doesn't want that. She wants one emerald cut 3.5 carat diamond, whatever that is, however big that is, and then no other diamonds, just a gold band. That's what she wants. Will she get it? Probably. I don't know, and we'll see how the times evolve. I can, people say, like, think, you don't know if like you're gonna be with the same person like forever, but I got a lot of questions of like, is Taylor the one? I freaking think so. She's probably gonna watch this video, so I always seem like I'm hyping her up, but she's just she's the best. She's the best. And that's why I don't make her pay any mortgage, But, okay, guys, that will wrap this up. Again, I know some people aren't a fan of the Q&A. It's a little relaxed, a little longer, but we got a lot of stuff going on, especially with the comment that I kind of made about my sister. So there's a lot on my plate at the moment, but I hope you did enjoy this. And if you could, if you want to help the channel grow at all ever, you love the videos, you want me to keep putting them out, and potentially go past my January retirement date, just a thumbs up and a comment goes a long way. It boosts the algorithm, I think. I have no fucking idea. I have no idea. But just, it means a lot to me. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Thank you for tuning in. Eat more sour strips and ever forward. Whoa! I know, I'm annoying as fuck.